Have you ever looked at an old photograph and noticed something that shouldn't be there? This is the story of the stranger in the photograph. Anna was a college student living in a small town in New England. She loved photography. Not phone pictures, but real film cameras, the kind where you developed photos in a dark room. One Saturday, she went to a flea market and bought a box of old photo albums. The seller said they were from an estate sale. Dusty, heavy albums filled with black and white pictures from the 1940s and 50s. Anna thought they would be fun for a class project. But what she didn't know was that these albums carried a secret. That night, Anna sat on her bed flipping through the photos. They were typical family pictures, birthday parties, weddings, children playing outside. But after a while, she noticed something strange. In almost every photo, in the background, there was a man. He wore a dark suit and a hat that covered his eyes. He never smiled. He never moved much. He just stood there. Sometimes at the edge of a wedding, sometimes behind a group of children, sometimes even looking straight at the camera. At first, Anna thought it was a relative, maybe the photographer's brother or cousin. But the more she looked, the stranger it felt. Because in the photos, decades apart, the man never seemed to age. Anna became obsessed. She stayed up late, spreading the pictures across her floor. The same figure, again and again, always in the background, always watching. She even enlarged a few pictures on her laptop, zooming in on his face. But the more she zoomed, the blurrier it got. Almost as if the photo didn't want her to see him clearly. She showed the pictures to her roommate, Claire. Creepy, Claire said. Probably just a family friend who liked being in pictures. But Anna shook her head. No. Look, this one is from 1946. This one is from 1972. It's the same man. He hasn't changed at all. Claire laughed nervously. You're overthinking it. But Anna couldn't let it go. The next day, Anna decided to take one of the photos to her professor for help. She carefully packed it into her backpack. That evening, as she was brushing her teeth, Claire shouted from the living room, "Anna, did you take a new picture of us?" Confused, Anna walked out. Claire was holding one of the old photo albums open. The photo showed their apartment living room, the same couch, the same rug, even the same painting on the wall. But the picture was old. The edges yellowed, the colors faded, and there, standing in the corner of their apartment, was the man in the suit. Anna's toothbrush dropped from her hand. That's impossible. That night, neither of them could sleep. They locked every door, every window. But the fear only grew. The next morning, Anna checked her phone. She scrolled through her photos and froze. There he was, the man in the suit, standing behind her in a selfie she had taken just 2 days ago at the coffee shop. Claire grabbed her own phone and gasped. In her pictures, too, the man was there, sometimes close, sometimes far, always watching. It wasn't just in the old albums anymore. He was in their lives. Desperate, Anna skipped class and went to the town library. She searched through old newspapers. Hours passed until finally, she found something. A headline from 1935. Local man missing after photographing funeral. The article described a man named Thomas Hale. He was an amateur photographer who disappeared under mysterious circumstances. Friends claimed he became obsessed with capturing death in photos. His final words, according to his wife, were, "If I can't live forever, my image will." Anna's blood went cold. That night, The girls tried to burn one of the albums, but no matter how long they held it over the flame, the pages would not burn. The fire licked at the paper but left it untouched, as if the photos were alive. Later, as Anna lay awake, she heard a click, the sound of a camera shutter. She sat up quickly. The room was dark, but in the corner, she saw him, the man in the suit, hat pulled low, face hidden. In his hands, an old camera. Flash. The room lit up for a split second, then went dark again. When Anna turned on the lamp, the corner was empty. But on her desk, lying open, was another photo. A photo of her, sleeping. The next day, Claire was gone. Her bed was empty, her belongings untouched. Anna searched everywhere, but there was no sign of her. Then, she opened the latest album. Her heart stopped. There was Claire, in a photograph, standing in their living room, smiling, but her eyes looked glassy. And behind her, the man in the suit. Anna screamed and dropped the book. She knew what would happen next. She rushed to grab her camera, her phone, anything, but it was too late. Click. The flash blinded her. When her vision cleared, she was no longer in her apartment. She was standing in a faded photograph, her body frozen, her mouth open mid-scream. And outside the frame, in the real world, the man in the suit closed the album. No one has seen Anna or Claire again. But sometimes, if you look closely at old family albums bought from flea markets or antique shops, you might see two young women standing in the background, and always behind them, the man in the suit. So tell us, if you found a stranger in your old photographs, would you keep looking, or would you burn the pictures immediately? Let us know in the comments below. And remember, next time you take a selfie, check the background carefully. You never know who might be watching.